Hello, hello, hello. Such an honor to be in your presence on today. If you look around the room, there are some pretty spectacular people in the audience. One of four of them has a special power. And you might be seated next to them, so watch out. Now, this isn't the type of superpower that will cause them to fly the universe at top speed, or stop a moving car with their bare hands, or fly through abandoned buildings like Spider-Man, but this type of superpower will cause them to shatter glass ceilings, dispel myths, and destroy lies. This type of superpower allows these people to change the narrative of their life story. You see, a group of people did a case study, and in this case study of childhood trauma, the case revealed that one of four children will experience sexual, physical, or emotional abuse by the age of 18. Now, this is true for some of us, but it may not be true for many of us. They say if you experience this, then you're a victim, and you may be experiencing shame, guilt, or dishonor. You may have an eating disorder, or maybe you've experienced alcoholism, or you've dealt with illicit drugs. Or maybe you've even had multiple sex partners, sexually transmitted diseases, depression, suicidal attempts, unwanted and unintended pregnancies, post-traumatic stress disorders, mental health issue, or maybe you're 9 times likely to engage in criminal activity. Now, however, they did this case study, but I don't agree, nor do I ascribe to this dichotomy of these particular types of case studies. Not all children will end up unhealthy or lack resilience in their life. Not all children will carry a passport of lifetime of a victimization on their backs. Not all will accept or ascribe to a lifetime of being a victim. Is this denial? Or can it be sheer determination? For me, it's a mere duty. It's a duty to tell anyone that's experienced or suffered this selfish behavior that you don't have to resign to a life of guilt, shame, or dishonor. It wasn't a choice of ours, and we weren't given that choice. Yet we were handed an experience that we did not choose. As an adult, I have a voice, you have a voice, we have a voice, and we can choose to identify with what we want to identify with. We get to choose what's on our backs. Now, molestation, it was horrible, embarrassing, and yes, it impacted my life in ways that you cannot imagine, but it did not destroy me as a person. You see, my fraternal grandfather may have left an emotional scar, but it was my maternal grandfather that left an indelible mark on my soul. One of the things that he told me I shall never forget, he says, no matter what you go through in life, be very sure that your anchor holds and grips the solid rock. And if you can do this, you will be able to conquer everything. And I tell you, I still lean on that solid rock from day to day. I ended up going to counseling. I did the work. I showed up. I leaned in. You see, counseling was like going through a car wash for me. I had to get the dirt off. And if I spotted more dirt, I'd go back through the car wash again. You see, I like that type of thing because going back through the car wash for me was not a problem. Because why not use greater instruments and greater equipment to help me get the dirt off where I feel like I am not alone, that I didn't have to do the work by myself. So I want to encourage you, go through the car wash. Okay? Well, maybe you're saying, I don't like car washes. I never liked car washes as a kid either. But let me tell you, if you don't like car washes, then let's play a game of invisible baseball. I want you to take an invisible bat, and I want you to position yourself to deal with the disappointment Decide your direction for the last time and be determined to win for the last time. And when you get ready, I want you to hit that ball with all the ebullience you have in your spirit and knock out of the park anger, guilt, shame, and resentment, and watch the ball go until you can't see it any longer. When you can do this, when you hit this home run with every ounce of energy, you dispel the myths, you dispel the statistics, and you knock out all of the statistics of what they have to say about you. I want you to understand that people are overrated. They'll say things, they'll do things, and they'll let you down. Therefore, don't ever let people have the power or the authority to dictate your day, your dreams, or your destiny. So I've brought along a toolbox for you. And in that toolbox, I have some very powerful tools to activate your superpowers. And one of the first tools I'm going to take out is the power of perspective. Your perspective matters. It's not about their perception. It's not about what they see in you. It's not about what they saw you do or see you not do. It's all about how you took a step back and you gave your own perspective. You believed your own perspective. It's not about what they perceive you. It's about your perspective, and your perspective matters. Your perspective is like a hammer to shatter the lies. Your perspective is like a hammer to break up all statistics that you don't identify with. You see, when life throws you lemons, I want you to throw them back, but keep one lemon for a souvenir to make lemonade. The next tool I'm going to take out is your belief system. Your belief system is powerful. I like that belief system that you have because what you say matters. What they say, who said what they said is true? Who said that they are 100% right all of the time? 81% of children that were molested or physically abused have said that they need to go back to the drawing board and do more work. 95% says that they need to go back and have more conversations. 69% says that they don't even want to be involved, and they weren't involved because they didn't want the stigma. And then there's that 1% that says I was affected, but I wasn't infected. I turned out okay. I don't have to identify with what you said. You see, you have to have a belief system that works. And your belief system, sometimes you have to encourage yourself. You have to look in the mirror and you have to tell yourself, I believe that I'm a champion. I believe that this is my journey. I believe that I have a strong resolve. I believe that I turned out okay. I believe that I will win at all costs. I believe that this wasn't a chopping block, but a building block in my life. This wasn't a landing pad, but it was a launching pad. This wasn't a stumbling block in my way, but it became my stepping stone to make me the best person that I can possibly be. You see, sometimes you're given a mountain to endure, but when you become stronger, it becomes a mountain with an open door for you to walk through to your life of success. Sometimes your house that you live in gets damaged by strong winds. But if your resolve is good, if your foundation is strong, you can always build it back stronger. And the last tool I want to take out is your truth. Your truth is so powerful. No one can take that away. No one can take away what you believe. Own it. Walk in it. Okay, it happened. You dealt with it. It's done. It's over. It was only a small chapter, but it wasn't the whole book. You get to determine the next chapter. Walk in it. Never look at your life as the glass half empty or the glass half full. The glass is always full. Why? Because you have a superpower. You have a superpower to make things go the way you want it to go. You have a superpower to look beyond the glass, to look and see what the glass is supposed to be. So I want you to remember that as you go through life. And the last thing I want to leave you with, you never know the value of the bucket of water until you have to carry it yourself. And you'll never find your own true strength until you have to carry the weight. I encourage you to make your own stats. 1 out of 4 will make it. 1 out of 4 will be a college graduate. 1 out of 4 will be a powerful individual. What do you say? Don't ever give people the power or the authority to dictate your day, your dreams, or your destiny. Thank you.